This is Maslow Life. Make sure to smash that like button.
No, don't do that shit, man. Make sure to smash that like button. No, don't smash the like button.
Smash it, man. Pound that
dude.
shit.
Fuck
Pound that like button.
I'm not gonna pound the like button.
Pound it. Let's see if we can get 100, no, 500, 1,000 likes on this video, and this dude will take his shirt off on camera for you.
Lately we become enormous, and when we hit the city we can just destroy it. And late nights in the forest, naked under the stars, nature adores us.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, so it's Maslow here. I've got my buddy, and we're gonna be doing a video on social conditioning.
Mad Gains, bro.
This is Mad Gains,
Mad Gains,
bro.
bro.
Check out his channel on YouTube, Mad Gains, bro. And let's begin. So, social conditioning. Now, not a lot actually has changed in terms of social conditioning between the prehistoric man and the modern man today. So basically, the ancient man and modern man, they still have two primary socializing forces, and that is nature and nurture. So in prehistoric times, if we're talking about a prehistoric man who doesn't have the ability to speak, the primary socializing force, first of all, is nature. Like the ancient man or the first humans, they were very reactive. You just have to see what's going on in your environment and react to whatever that is, you know? Saber-toothed tiger, gotta run away, or gotta fight, that kind of thing. And that is the socializing force of nature. And nowadays, we call that being in the zone, basically. And people strive to be in that. What do you think about that, Mad Gains, bro?
What do I think about that? Mad Gains, bro.
Mad Gains, bro.
I think that's when you take the time to think about that the way you did, is when you realize that, you know, this really is what it is. It's nature versus nurture, and that's how we're designed as human beings. Sympathetic nervous system. This thing is ingrained in our nervous system. It's
Right.
basically how we live.
Right. So you feel like really good athletes, they're almost kind of like cavemen in the fact that they're like ready to react in the spur of the moment.
Think about who they are based on their names and where they're from and where they live and the color of their skin, whatever it may be, you know? Like, why is Michael Phelps good at swimming and Usain Bolt good at running fast?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
It's nature versus nurture.
You bet.
Right?
I think so.
It manifests itself in the color of people's skin and the lines in their face and the texture of their hair and how African they are.
How African
they are. And I mean African as in everybody in the world is from Africa.
Right.
Africa's the mother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think when we're talking about like ancient man, we're probably talking about an African person, an ancient African person. So that would be the primary force. And you can definitely see like young children still go through a period in their development, you know, between 1 and 3 when they can't speak, where they're almost in that zone, you know, they're like completely reactive.
Absolutely.
So that I feel like that's still in effect today. Like not a lot has changed. And the second point I wanted to make is the effect of nurture, or what would be basically your immediate family or your social tribe. Those who are the closest to you, who live in your community, those people have a really big socializing effect on you, and it's still like that. It's been like that, you know, since ancient times, and it's still like that. We're still kind of a tribal species. Genetic families still stay together, and you can see that ideas kind of get passed down through families, you know, through genetic family trees and stuff like that. What do you think about that, Mad Gains, bro?
Just a different layer, I guess. Yeah, of how they kind of live, I guess. Yeah, like you gotta think about it that way.
Yeah, you can't elaborate on that. That's it.
Okay, can you kind of summarize in one sentence what you just said?
How much of an effect do you think people's family and their like
How
immediate community and how they were raised, how much of an effect do you think that has on what kind of person they are and what their decisions they make?
what kind of person they are and what kind of decisions they make.
Yeah. How big would you say the effect is of that?
Well, it would vary from one person to another. Some people, like, it's completely variable is I guess what I just said. I mean, depending on what kind of factors you want to include on this, sometimes people will be 40%, 60%, or maybe 50-50. And is it good being 50-50 in like a kind of balance?
You mean 50% socialized towards the nature, 50% socialized towards nurture?
By the nature, yeah.
Okay.
By the nature.
I think that would be a good balance, a 50-50 balance.
A 50-50 balance.
Yeah. I think that would be ideal. I also think though that even
is it ideal though? Is what my question is. I mean, why is 55 nature, 45 nurture, or 60-40? You know, it's like, do you think 60-40 nature nurture would be an ideal personality? Because then you could be in the zone when living in today's society is so hard to be in the zone.
Right.
So maybe 60 nature, 40 nurture would be a better nowadays
well,
split.
these are pretty good questions. I mean, what is ideal? Everybody goes through some sort of socialization. It's impossible to avoid it completely.
Right.
So I guess like, what's the best way to go?
Right.
I also feel like modern humans, even though they do have those two primary socializing forces, nature and nurture, there's also a bunch of external
let's
factors.
like pause for a second and think about the word nature, and then pause for a second and think about the word nurture, and really think about what we're comparing here. Right? We're comparing DNA, how someone is born, and how they are instinctually. Right? So the bottom reptilian part, how much you associate with that, kind of what someone meditating would be trying to do. Versus nurture, where you're nurtured, right? So if you're 60, just for kind of an example's sake, nurture, that means you pick up from your environment 60% more of how you are. And some people may argue that that's not a good thing, you know?
Right.
To be brought up based on what's around you and how you're brought up, rather than who, I guess, a nature-wise aspect of it, the opposite side of it, right?
Okay.
Some people say 50-50 is perfect because everything is yin and yang and whatever. But then again, like, when you look at it that way, it's 50-50.
So I have a question for you. Let's take, for example, modern man. He now has all these other influences, external influences like radio, television, just media in general. Where do those influences fit in? Do they fit under nurture, or do they fit under a new category that we need to establish?
What, like media?
Yeah, like influences like media, celebrities, just writing in general. You know,
Right.
yeah, printed material, televised material. You know, video games,
Parents.
and any kind of media, basically. Where do you think that fits in?
Well, media or everything, like family, too.
Well, do you think it fits in the same category as family? Do you think those are in the same category, or do you think they're different socializing?
Well, I mean, if
we
we're
need to
talking
live-
about nurture, that includes family.
that includes family, but it wouldn't necessarily include things like media, advertising.
Well, I mean, it would to a certain degree,
To a certain
but that's a different 60%, 40%, 50-50.
Right.
That's okay. What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for here? Like
different ratio. Or
different ends of the spectrum, I guess, of how much percentage you're that way or how much you're zero that way, right?
right.
It's like what percent? Yeah,
I think
100% this way, 100% the other way. Sorry, and zero would be, you know what I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say. I think the dichotomy of nature and nurture, it kind of works in a simplistic sense, but like we're a little more complicated than that now. Like there's other influences outside of, you know, just nature and the people who nurture us in our community. Now we've got things like media, television. We can
Now you got things like me. Now you got things like me. Now you got things like me. Now you got things like me.
Alright, okay.
Things like media versus family versus...
Right, so now you have things like media. Radio, television.
Yo, I'm telling
books.
you, that's a hit song, because now you have things like media, bro.
Now
you have things like media, bro. That's a problem. That's a big problem.
It is a problem. And because you have other factors, media, television, radio, books, celebrities, all that stuff, it's really complicating things. And it gives an opening for other people to hijack your socialization and the way that your behavior is being formed, and they can kind of put in their own programming into that, I feel like. So that a 50-50 split would be perfect, but now there's almost like a third category that has to take like at least another 33% of who that person's going to be.
33, that's high, man.
I would say
maybe like, oh man, that's wow.
How much time do we spend like on the internet looking at videos?
You're right. And that shapes you too. So 33, that's a good argument for that. I was going to say 20%, but that's assuming someone is too on the nature side.
Yeah.
Right? So then you got like if people with more percentage on the nurture side. You know, like white people. You know what I mean? Just like this is another argument of a different.
We'll get into that in the next video. Stay tuned.
Because they're not from Africa, right? The farther they are from
the discussion
mother,
on race.
the farther they are from the nature, which is Africa, the more nurtured they are. That could be an argument. That could be a theory of some sort that you could write papers about, man. If you like into that kind of.
That is very interesting.
You know what I mean?
Mad Gainsborough dropping some knowledge.
Mad Gainsborough dropping the beat and
dropping
some
knowledge on you
telling you
fools.
to bring your pinky to your shoulder, bro. Bring your
That
pinky.
what he said. So thanks for tuning in. Check out my other content on my channel Maslow Life. Also check out Mad Gainsborough on YouTube. He's got a lot
If you get 1 million likes on this video, if this video gets 1 million likes, you should put that in zeros, like 3 and 3 in front of the 1.
Okay.
I
what
will
color,
take
what color
my
text?
shirt off.
Like white?
I will take my shirt off.
Oh,
like you
shit.
should make it flash, kind of like 1 million, 1 million.
If we can get 1 million,
1 million likes. I
this
will
guy
take my shirt
will
off.
take his shirt
on
off.
camera right here and now.
That is a lot of likes.
And make it happen.
He
man.
might
I'll
do
take my
it for
shirt
like 500. So
off. 1 million.
make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Leave comments. Check out my other content, Maslow Life. Check out Mad Gainsborough on YouTube. I apologize. I've kind of got a little bit of a sore throat. I'm getting over a cold. But thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys. Peace.
That was sick.
I have arranged all this just to have a moment alone with you.